Graham, as of today, you're fired. Huh? Ken? As in Ken Jenkins, company president? Good morning. I hope you don't mind me asking, sir, but what's this all about? Why would you tell me I'm fired all of a sudden? Because you're fired all of a sudden, dimwit. I'm sure you've heard about my dad's recent passing and my ascension to his post of CEO. Well, I'm getting rid of all the dead weight at the company as part of my new policy. As of now on, we'll only be hiring people like myself with elite educational backgrounds. If you're not from a top 5 college, we ain't interested. Accordingly, I'm currently in the process of firing all employees found not to have an elite educational background. I'm sure you understand. How are we ever supposed to make it far in the industry with a bunch of uneducated dimwits weighing us down? We don't need morons like you around anymore, so you're fired. Jesus Christ, Ken, you're firing everyone who didn't graduate a top 5 college? Isn't this a little extreme? This is going to cause all sorts of problems for the clients I'm responsible for managing. You do know I have contracts with a lot of companies, right? Don't worry about that. I'll be taking over all of your roles as of today. Huh? But how? If these client relationships are so simple a pea-brained dimwit like you could handle them, I'm sure we'll be fine. So you're not even gonna find me a replacement? Like we need a replacement for you! You have the IQ of a potato and a workload lower than my dead grandma! I could do your job in my sleep! Are you being serious? This company's going places now that I'm in charge of it, which means we can't afford to have a bunch of deadweight potato brains holding us back. To be honest, if these clients were low-grade enough to be involved with you, we're probably better off without them. There's no point in replacing you. It'd be a waste of a salary. I see. All right, we're done here. I don't want to see a face around our company again, do you hear me? As of today, you're officially without a job. Thanks for your service. Olivia, I'm coming home now.
Huh? Graham, what's going on? Did something happen? You left for work this morning just like always, right? Are you clocking off early? Are you sick?
I got fired.
You got fired? What the heck? Why? Why would they fire the sales manager at a company with 10 employees? What happened, Graham? Aren't you the only one there with the skills required to negotiate client contracts? I remember you telling me most of the other guys there were fresh out of college and a little wet behind the ears. I can't believe they'd fire you.
Apparently, the new CEO's only hiring people who graduated a top 5 college from now on. Obviously, that means they'll be rejecting 99% of new applications because very few people actually graduate a top 5 college, and even fewer of those would be interested in working for our company. Naturally, a high school dropout like me never had a shot.
What? Are you for real?
He didn't even replace me. Apparently, he'll be taking on all of my responsibilities himself.
Graham, wait a sec. Maybe this is actually for the best.
What? It was for the best that I got fired?
No. I don't mean it in a bad way. Listen, his dad, the old CEO, was the one who hired you after you dropped out of high school due to what was going on with your family at the time, right? I was so shocked to find out he died in a car crash recently, and obviously it's really tragic. But with an idiot like that in charge, do you really think the company has a future? At least this way you can get out early, instead of having to endure a slow descent to the bottom.
Olivia, that's actually a good point.
Besides, he might have said the reason he fired you was because of your educational background, but isn't it more likely that he just has a grudge against you?
A grudge? But why?
I told you before we got married, right? About how that arrogant dimwit was constantly hitting on me back in college, always trying to get my attention in the most obnoxious ways. It was like he couldn't take a hint and kept showing up everywhere I went, thinking he was irresistible.
Yeah, I remember that. After you guys all graduated, he joined the company as a regular employee, right? But when he found out me and you had been dating ever since middle school, he started treating me like crap at work and making the most ridiculous demands of me and only me. He did calm down when word of him throwing his weight around at the office got out to his dad, and he gave him a stern telling off, and he's been quiet ever since. But now that I think about it, I doubt his resentment ever went away. If anything, he probably hated me more after thinking I'd ratted on him to his dad.
Right? The fact that he started behaving like his old self again the moment he became CEO tells me it's exactly like you say. His hatred didn't go away. It was just bubbling away under the surface, kept in check by his dad. But now he's gone. He's totally out of control. He appears to have absolutely no idea how valuable you are to that company. I don't think it has long left. Oh, would you look at that? The moron himself just messaged me as I was writing all this up.
Wow, no kidding?
I did try blocking him ages back, but he got even more persistent and irritating in real life when he couldn't get through to me anymore, so I unblocked him again. I hadn't heard from him for months until just now. Damn it, what does he want this time? It looks like this whole situation is about to become an even bigger pain in the ass.
I just got to the station. I'm gonna rush home as fast as I can, so I won't reply till I'm back. See you soon, babe.
Okay, sweetie, be careful.
Hello there, Olivia, my sweet aromatic sugar dumpling. It looks like you're gonna have no choice but to marry me real soon. Listen, babe, that low IQ fiancé of yours made a huge blunder at work that led to the whole company's IT systems going offline for the day. I had no choice but to fire him. It wasn't an easy decision, but I knew this is what I was getting myself into when I stepped up to the role of CEO. It's just like Batman says, with great power comes great responsibility. Naturally, being a hopelessly stupid high school dropout, his prospects of finding a new job after this are less than zero, so I'm guessing he probably didn't tell you yet. Am I right? My hunch is that he'd rather marry you as a jobless NEET than admit to being unemployed and risk you leaving him. If you're not careful, he could end up leeching off your salary for the rest of your life. It's a sad reality, but everyone knows high school dropouts are 96% more likely to be scumbag leeches than normal human beings like you and I. I think it's about time you tossed that good-for-nothing parasite by the wayside. I, on the other hand, I've decided to make you the CEO's wife. Of course, that means you can quit your current job to ascend to your new post of blessed fortune, riches, and social status. But by post, I don't mean within the company. Oh no, you, my sweet darling angel, are gonna be a stay-at-home housewife living entirely off my vast riches in comfort, luxury, and style.
Shut the hell up, you pea-brained moron.
What?
Graham doesn't work for you anymore, so I can drop the act now, right? It feels super relieving to be able to let you know exactly how much I hate you, asshole.
Olivia?
Graham already told me about how you fired him.
What? He told you of his own volition?
He told me straight after you did it as he was on his way home. He just got back and now he sat right next to me.
You mean he actually admitted he got fired? What the hell's gotten into him?
Me and Graham love and respect each other, which means he'd never lie to me about anything. Also, he and I are not engaged.
Huh? You mean you broke up? Ah, fantastic, magnificent, excelento. This is like music to my ears, baby. This means me and you can finally tie the knot and be whisked away in our very own love roller coaster.
No, doofus, we got married 6 months ago, which means I'm his wife now.
You're his wife?
Not only that, but I'm pregnant with his child.
Pregnant?
Yes, so unless you enjoy wasting your time, I think it's about time you gave up on me for good, Ken. I'd never betray Graham, no matter what, so just leave us alone.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. My honey princess, my treacle bear, the apple of my eye, my precious Olivia, got married to a high school dropout? You let a high school dropout get you pregnant? I think I'm gonna throw up. I was sure that once I finally became CEO and fired that no-good loser, I was finally gonna get you all to myself. I can't believe this. No!
Graham, your old coworkers Magnus and Hafthor are here.
Huh? Like Hafthor and Magnus are at the house?
Yeah, apparently they made their excuses and left early so they could come and see you. I told them you're at the local municipal office to do the procedures for changing your health insurance card right now. Do you think you'll be there much longer? What should I tell them?
Well, if they went out of their way to see me, I imagine they must have something pretty important to talk about. Could you ask them to hang on a little longer? I'm almost finished here. As long as they don't mind, of course. I should be back in like 15 minutes.
Got it. I'll pass on the message.
Hey, asshole! How dare you steal all of my clients? 90% of our regulars just terminated their contracts with us. We're gonna go frickin' bankrupt at this rate. You get your ass down here and bring these clients back right now, you worthless high school dropout prick. You should have thought about that before firing me, you despicable, low-life shitweasel. What did you just call me? Did you just call me a despicable low-life shitweasel? What the hell does that even mean? Anyway, that is no way to speak to your superior. I am the CEO. Of what? A failing company that I don't even work for anymore? On what planet do I have any obligation to treat you with respect? I'm not held back by my position anymore, which means I can call you whatever the hell I like, and that's what I intend to do. I'm still the CEO. Not only that, but unlike you, I have a college degree. Do you have any idea how important I am? You important? In spite of that amazing degree of yours, you're clearly too stupid to understand that the moment you fired me, you stopped being my boss and became nothing more than the irritating asshole who was trying to steal my wife behind my back. You should be grateful I'm even taking the time out of my day to reply to you, you verminous plague rat. What? My wife could take you to court for stalking if she wanted to. Do you even realize that? Stalking? What the? We have mountains of evidence, so go ahead and keep trying to provoke us if you think your financial situation isn't already bad enough. 'Cause I promise you, we could easily make it 10 times worse. Whatever, this crap about your wife isn't why I messaged you. Give me back my clients! Of course. The trouble is, I couldn't give you those clients back even if I wanted to. Why not? You probably think I conspired to bring them with me and carry on our business in secret when I got a new job or something, right? Well, you did, didn't you? Nope, I'm still unemployed. Huh? One of my buddies offered me a managerial post at the new company he's starting next month, so it's not like I don't have anything lined up. But it's an entirely different industry to your company, so my relationships with those clients were essentially terminated the moment you fired me. We're no longer involved with each other, and probably never will be again. Wait. What? But if that's true, why would they terminate their contracts with my company? Their termination notices started showing up in my inbox practically from the moment I fired you. I lost 90% of the company's clients in 2 weeks. Does that even happen? I can't frickin' believe it. This ain't normal, and I know you're involved somehow, so just come clean with me already, damn it! You appear to be completely unaware of how your company actually works, despite being its CEO. But I had meetings scheduled with every single one of the 90% who just abandoned you to negotiate contract renewal for next year. It's not that they terminated the contracts, they're just not going to renew them. But if you understood the basics of corporate management, you'd know that, wouldn't you? Anyway, as of the moment you fired me, there was no longer anyone at the company with the knowledge or experience required to negotiate and finalize contract renewal procedures. I was the one in charge of ensuring the continuation of those contracts, and with me gone, they couldn't carry on working with you even if they wanted to. What the hell? No way. Surely that can't be. There must be at least one more person here with a college degree who knows how to do the contract stuff. Sure, but he went on extended leave last month. What? With that, I was the only employee left on the sales team. I did try to explain to you that it would be a good idea to employ someone else to help keep things running smoothly, even if only on a short-term basis until he came back, but you barely even listened to what I had to say before rejecting my proposal outright. I had no choice but to keep running sales entirely on my own. Then, to make an already ridiculous situation even more absurd, you fired me! Then to make an already absurd situation so outrageously farcical that it became positively hilarious, you didn't even find me a replacement! What the heck? I have no idea who took over the client discussions over next year's contract renewal after I left, or whether anyone even did, but there's no way anyone at that company was capable, knowledgeable, or experienced enough to pull something like that off. The clients had no choice but to call off the negotiations because there was nobody they could talk to. So that's what happened. I see. Graham, get your ass back down to the office immediately. You need to re-establish those meetings for next year's contract renewal right now. Impossible. What kind of attitude is that? Don't give up before you even try, damn it. You seem to be forgetting one minor detail. You fired me. Whatever, that's all water under the bridge now. I take it back, you're unfired. Don't worry, there's no need to unfire me. What? Why? You said it yourself, you're still not working, right? Sure, I know you said you're waiting to work at your buddy's company, but you know as well as I do starting from scratch in a new industry is going to be a huge amount of work. Come back to us and get me back these client relationships, Graham, and I'll see to it that you have a comfortable, well-paying job for the rest of your life. Won't you understand unless I repeat myself? Understand what? That you're nothing but a despicable, low-life shit weasel who kept hitting on my wife behind my back. Why would I want to work at your company? Grr! I'm going to need you to stop wasting my time with these asinine messages too, Ken. Fine. Point taken. I'll leave Olivia alone, okay? I promise. Now come and get your job back. You seem to be missing a key point here. Tell me, Ken, is your company even functional right now? I heard from some of my old coworkers earlier today that the entire company handed in their resignations in one fell swoop. I really would have to be the low IQ, pea-brained moron you think I am to come back to a company that's not even operational. Good luck, Ken. I'm sure there's no problem you can't fix, what with having an elite education and all. Oh my God. My company. I don't know how much longer it has left. That's not my problem. Graham! I genuinely hope you can turn things around. I know how hard your dad worked to build that company, and as unfortunate as it is that he ended up with a son like you, it'd still kinda suck to see it go under. That said, I won't have any part in it. You're on your own now. As for you, I couldn't care less what happens to you from here on out. Grr! Later! The next day, Ken launched a sudden assault on our house. By sudden assault, I mean he showed up on our doorstep with a megaphone screaming, "Ken, please come back," to the supreme annoyance of our neighbors, resulting in the police being called and him being carted away in the back of a patrol car. But actually, I heard all of this from an old neighbor because me and Olivia were no longer there. That's right, we'd already moved into a bigger house in the next town in preparation to accommodate our growing family. That said, we took great pleasure in seeing the videos of him being handcuffed and bundled into the back of the cop car that went viral on local social media pages. Unfortunately for Ken, it didn't stop there. Before the day was up, footage of his arrest was being circulated on the social media pages of every rival company in his industry. At this point, the destruction of his reputation was just insult on top of injury. Realistically, between the near-total lack of clients and mountains of debt he was in, the company was already screwed, but his arrest proved to be the final nail in the coffin. And before the week was up, he was filing for bankruptcy. I wondered where he went next. Until one day, a buddy messaged me saying he saw him working on a construction site. Apparently, he saw him crying his eyes out with a look of abject despair on his face while being shouted at by someone who appeared to be his boss.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.